Hello people, it's Poe and we are back on ARK, Sans the Jake this time. And I am actually in Avo's base and I don't really remember why. I came in here, I think just kind of to log out. I found two compies and they were just kind of roaming around wild, and I think that's probably how he wanted it. They were roaming around wild, kind of unclaimed. Like they had been tamed, but they had been unclaimed. And I came in and tamed them. So those two compies are just sitting there now. Let's go through the unlocked gate. Close that gate. Back up. And let's go back to camp. Because I am actually really starving here. You can see that I actually have a torpidity climbing up because of my starvation. So I gotta eat something here. Let's shove something in my food hole. Oops, I'm pressing the wrong button. There we go. And then what else? Let's eat some of these. And some of these. And one of those. There we go. So that should sate my appetite a little bit. I wanted to apologize a little bit for this weird thing that's been happening. Like, I've been watching my ARK videos. I watch my own videos from time to time, not just because I like myself that much, but because, you know, I want to make sure that they post fine, I'm reading the comments, and just, you know, things like that. I check on my own videos. What I noticed is that several of the last ARK videos, they are like really choppy at the beginning of the video. Like, I don't know why, but they're like really choppy, bad quality video. And then like 2 minutes in, suddenly they're way better. And you would think that like, oh, that's just his computer struggling to keep up at first, and then it catches up, and then it's fine. Or you might say like, oh, it's his hard drive not spinning up when it's recording, or you know, there's a lot of technical reasons why that might happen. But I can tell you for a fact that like I'm watching, I've got on the screen my recording going at the same time. I can see what's recording, and it's smooth. The game right now is running smooth. It's like silk. It's so smooth. It's just not even a question of being smooth. Let's see. Stop following me, Spineless. But I'm going to come back for Spineless in a bit. Flappy Bird is there. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to go with Nyx. Now, the reason being because Nyx here, when his stamina is up, he can actually jump away from danger quite fast, and he's pretty strong. So my goal today is just to basically make it back to my main camp, grab my Argentavis blueberry, and then I guess from there I'll try to come back to Fabe's base here and pick up my new little spineless dog there. Now, we've been talking recently often in these episodes about resetting, about, you know, doing modded, about doing different maps, and I've had tons and tons and tons of suggestions. I mean, I went back and I was reading some of the comments, and sure enough, like, a lot of the comments were saying things like, you know, do modded, do modded, do modded. Like, that was one of the most common suggestions. I wonder if I can make it across this gap here. Jump! Oh man, that is epic. Epic, epic. There's a snake right over there I saw. But that was an epic jump. Whee! Run this way. I don't want to lie and say that I know where I am. Kind of lost a little bit. I think if I cut through this forest, I'll be at the river. Ooh. What's this river all about? Why are there two Sarcos? 3 Sarcos? 3 Sarcos? kind of right there on the waterfall. This is a bad place to be. Okay, come upwards. I'm getting stuck by everything. This forest is a disaster. But anyway, I had tons and tons of suggestions related to what we should do with the series. And I think most of the time, people were suggesting modded. Which makes a whole lot of sense. I mean, it really, really does. I've just gone in a big circle. I kind of want to go this way. I don't want to be eaten by piranhas, though, so let's hope I'm not. Just swim. Swim, little buddy. Oh, there they come. Getting out of the water. There we go. I knew it. But I survived it. Let's build up my stamina again, because we might have to run through this swamp. We may have to run. It looks pretty safe right now, with a lot of peaceful creatures and a raptor or two. But for the most part, looking okay. Looking like I might be able to sort of skirt around this a little bit. I don't really know. The direction is about this way, I think. I'm starving again. So anyway, we as a group decided that we would be doing modded. I think think I've confirmed this before. I'm pretty sure that I've said in as little words as that like, yes, we will be doing modded. People are asking though, like, what mods to add. There are mods that make this game a lot more difficult. People right away saying something about a Genesis mod. It's something Genesis. I don't remember the name exactly. Makes the game very difficult, but adds in a bunch of other features and so on and the like. We're probably not going to be doing that one. Not because we're afraid of it being more difficult. And in fact, I think a lot of what we do, we kind of want it to be difficult, but what we're gonna be doing is aiming for something that we find to be enjoyable. Like, we want it to be fun above and beyond it being difficult. We want content added way more than we want difficulty. Now, a lot of people are saying things like, well, don't just add in like one-hit kill weapons and wicked armor and flamethrowers and that kind of thing. And it's true. We will not be adding in things like that. We will not be adding in really OP weapons and armor and things like that. Like, that just doesn't make it fun. It adds in content, but that doesn't make it fun. So what we're probably going to be doing instead is the Primitive Plus mod. Now, if you don't know what the Primitive Plus mod is, essentially... Where am I? What? Where am I? I am so lost. Oh, man. Out of ways to go this way, actually. This way? Ignoring that T-Rex. This way? Sort of confused as to where I am. This way? Yeah, this is getting close. Oh, I'm stuck on trees. I'm supposed to have gone way, way, way this way. I'm just getting stuck by everything now. So anyway, we are probably going to be adding the Primitive Plus mod. And what that does is it makes everything in the game kind of more primitive. We might be looking at getting the unrestricted version so that we can still keep updating and get the same stuff as we've got now. But the real appeal, I'll say, of this Primitive Plus mod, number one, is that it's the official supported mod of ARK. The only official supported mod, as far as I can tell. It adds in tons and tons of items and content, which is really fun. And it makes it challenging enough in that you have to be primitive. Like, you don't have advanced weaponry and things like that, unless you really want that. I think we're going to decide whether we add in that section or not, the more advanced weaponry and armor and things like that. But the premise of the whole thing is to kind of keep you primitive, you know, like, which is what ARK is all about, in my opinion. Like, it's about taking a person, putting them on a desert island, and seeing what kind of materials they can come up with to survive. It's not about making an AK-47. Like, that just doesn't... Like, the real world wouldn't work that way. No matter how long I've been surviving on this rock, I wouldn't come up with, you know, an M4 assault rifle. Like, that's... Number one, it's already been invented. Number two, I probably wouldn't invent it in the same way. And number three, I wouldn't have the materials to make it in the same way, even if I did know how to make it in the same way. So the Primitive Plus mod really takes you and kind of reevaluates what your abilities would be if you were stranded on a desert island. And that's kind of the fun element to it, in my opinion. I love all the new items and walls and blocks and stuff that they've added. Really make the building process look really cool too. Like, immediately, if you're into the building side of ARK, your mind goes wild with things that you could possibly do. It's just a new wave of different possibilities are available to you now with that mod. So that's the mod that we're probably going to be using. What we're going to be doing for a map is another topic entirely. So again, we've had a lot of suggestions in the comments. I've looked at some of the suggestions, but it's really easy to see right away which maps are the most popular ones and which ones people seem to like the most. And it's not difficult to see which one would benefit you the most. So there is an official style of map. There is an official map. Technically, it's official. Or going to be made official, from what I understand. Let's eat some of these berries, because I am actually dying here from not eating. Use all these. Use. There we go. That should sate my appetite a little bit. Help me survive a little bit. There we go. As soon as I get back to the base, I'm going to ride on the trike and gather some berries, because I am starving. But anyway, there's only really a few maps. Like, map making is much more difficult, and I mean, this is just my opinion. I'm not a developer in any sense of the word, but my opinion is that the map making, if done well, if the map making is done well, it is much more difficult to do well than a mod. Because a mod, you are coding logic. Like, that's what programming really is. You code in logic, whether it's, you know, I'm making in a new type of wall material. What you generally do is you take the old type of wall material, duplicate what they've already done, and add in your own material in its place, or in addition to. It's not as difficult as hand placing or hand painting every one of these rocks on the beach, every one of these pieces of grass on the beach, every one of those trees sitting along the beach, the rocks sitting along the sides of the beach, the forest beside the beach, making the sand appear here, making the grass appear there. Like, that, to me, it's almost like you're looking at an artwork. It's a canvas. It's much more difficult, in my opinion, to do. So finding a good map is a difficult thing. Like, I'm not kidding you. It's difficult to find a good map because they're very difficult to make. So with that in mind, you know, we've looked and looked. We're either gonna do the Valhalla map or the center map. Those are the two options. And I'm almost leaning towards the center. It doesn't look as nice, I'll admit that. It's not as nice as Valhalla, but Valhalla also isn't completed. It's only 80% complete. It is usable, but it's only 80% complete. And the thing we got to realize, and what everybody who suggested that map has to realize, is that at the end of the day, we are going to start on a server with that map, and we're going to just start building. And that's all that it is. Like, we aren't going to be updating it constantly. Like, we're not going to start building and then say, oh, the map updated to 90% complete, so I guess we start over again. Like, that's not going to happen. We're going to be wanting to stick with the map choice indefinitely. Look at that. Look at this. A level 18 Lystosaurus literally sitting on the opposite side of the beach to our house. And here I am. I'm going to be flying with my RG all the way to Fabe's house, which I just ran from. You saw how far it was. I'm going to fly all the way there just to pick it up and bring it back. And there was literally a Lystosaurus sitting on the beach across from our bay. That's crazy. That's nuts. Okay, so I see a T-Rex here. Oh, here's something that's possibly going to pique your interest too, is that right now we have disabled the Giganotosaurus. It's just something that we disabled. We decided that, you know, Giganotosaur is too OP. We have buildings that we don't want destroyed and demolished by a rampaging Giganotosaur. We have dinosaurs and creatures that we have grown really attached to, despite, you know, this is ARK, don't grow attached rule of thumb. And so we don't want them on the server. What we're gonna be doing in the new season of ARK, more than likely, is reintroducing the Giganotosaurus. We're also going to be upping the difficulty level, so you will see much higher level dinosaurs. Mind you, I've explained this before, is that, you know, everything scales. You can say, yes, it's a much higher level dinosaur. It's a 120. Look, a perfect tame 120 T-Rex over there. And then you, like, well, yeah, but I'm also riding on my own 120 tame T-Rex. And, you know, that's not scary to me. Come over here. Get over here. Mesopithecus died. Poor thing. What? There were two of them? I just crushed some monkeys. Oh, did I just hit this carbo? Yeah, I did. I might as well kill it too. Sorry, guy. Alright. So we're going to be reintroducing the Giganotosaur. We're going to be upping the difficulty, and like I said, everything scales. So it's not going to be more or less difficult. You know, once you have your first few high-level tames, then everything scales. So it's not a big deal. And also resource gathering is scaled up with the higher difficulty too. So yeah, there's that. And we're probably going to be using the center map. So Primitive Plus with dinosaurs. I think we will need to use the unrestricted even just to have the dinosaurs. We're going to be doing the center map, and we're going to be upping the difficulty, and that's it. That's what you really needed to know. And it's going to be happening soon. So a lot of people on the server right now, they're wanting to do farewell videos, or kind of just like, you know, kind of just say goodbye. A lot of the people are saving their dinosaurs. And this is something that I didn't know that you could even do. But you can go to those obelisks, those giant spire things, and you can save your dinosaurs. You know. And people have been saying, well, I'm not gonna use the dinosaurs or the creatures until I'm already well established, and so on, which is fine. Like, I don't have a problem with someone doing that. I personally wouldn't do that, even if it was somebody like Blueberry or Fluffy or, you know, Barney or any of the other creatures and stuff that we've had or do have. Bert. Barney died, unfortunately. Bert is our new Beelzebufo. But like, you look at any of these, like Mew, we've got Eater of Elwyn Zanky, Angel, Blueberry, Toothless, Bert, Nix, Fluffy, Carl, Bucky, and Speedy. Like, I'm gonna say this now, is that take a good long look, you won't see them again. I feel like if we're starting fresh, I'm starting at least from a completely clean slate. Part of us restarting is because we are getting bored with the content that we have. I'm not gonna bring back all this content that we already have, because that defeats the purpose. It's basically like, oh, I'm bored with what we have because we have all these things. Okay, now I'm bringing them with us. And then I'll just sit there and have those things again with no goals or aspirations. Like, I won't be able to tame anything anymore because I already have them all. I mean, they're going to be low level. Yeah, but, you know, flying around is flying around, whether you have a high level RG or a low level RG. So I'm not going to be doing that. I hope you guys don't mind. Other people might. The only one that I might consider, and this is just purely on a cosmetic level, is to have my new dog, Spineless, that me and Jake just tamed, and maybe my Compsognathus cat. Like, those two things. But even then, I'll say probably not. If anything, the cat. I like the cat probably the most. And that's weird that I'm saying that, but like, I like the fact that it has kind of its own personality, that it constantly tries to run away from home when I open my door and leave my door open. I love that about it for some reason. And so that's probably, if I had to choose what I was gonna keep and what I was gonna leave, I might bring the cat. But even then, I can always tame a compy again. It's not a big deal. So that's kind of just the update video I wanted to make. I don't know if I'll make a farewell video. I suppose if other people are making farewell videos and I happen to be around and they're recording it, I might record one too. But it's kind of looking exciting for new season of ARK, a modded ARK. I kind of can't wait for it, I'll be honest. Like, at this point, I've basically stopped building. I've basically stopped doing much in this world because we know that we're going to be updating. So I'm kind of sitting there saying, like, well, what's the point then? So that's where I'm at right now. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. Kind of a long, talky episode. I hope you guys don't mind, but I made it all the way back. I got my RG. Now I can grab Spineless and Flappy Bird. I'm going to have to grab Flappy here if I can spin around properly. I'm going to spin around, grab Flappy Bird. Oops. Come on. We can do this. Come on. Come on. Come on. Got it. Okay, now go up. There we go. Let's get my orientation here. We're going this way. This way? This way. This way? Which way? This way? I fly into the air and then I'm lost. It's this way. And I'm gonna just put these guys at Wynn's little base there. Uh-oh. I just realized my my stamina here. So let's let that go back up. But I wanted to end the episode there. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for... Uh-oh. Nope. Nope, no, 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 no. Okay. Come on, Flappy Bird. Let's not mess around with that. But stay tuned for new ARK season. I might still be making a few more episodes of this world, including farewell videos, and I still want to get the Leicester all over to the other base, and you know, just because I'm not done playing ARK. I love ARK, so we're gonna be still making episodes of this probably for a few more episodes, but hope you guys enjoyed it either way. And we'll be seeing ya next time on ARK. Bye-bye.